Hello, I'm Matt from Ludo-Chrono, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Hiroba. So Hiroba is a placement game for 2 to 4 players ages 10 and up, and it plays for around 25 minutes. In this game, you will try to place your pebbles onto a Zen garden to take control of said garden to score victory points. If you have the most victory points by the end of the game, you win the game. So that's the basic gist of the game. So now every player is going to have 9 pebbles. And those pebbles are numbered from 1 to 9. However, they are double-sided. And the total of both sides is always 10. And you may flip a pebble over before placing it. So how do we play this game? We play turn after turn, and on your turn you simply place 1 pebble onto the board. On the first turn, you will simply have to play on one of these circles. So for example, I will choose my 6 and place it here. And I have done my turn. Now that I have taken my turn, it is the next player who will play their turn. They will take the 5 and place it here. There are a few restrictions. Notably that you can't have the same value in the line or column. So for example, in this line and this column, there can't be another 6. So they respect this rule by placing a 5 here, they end their turn, and we move on to the next player. So the next player is going to choose this, and they are going to choose 7. So they will take their 7, place it here, end their turn, and it's my turn again. Now that the first turn has passed, we have to play according to a new rule. We have to play in the same row or column that one of our pebbles. So, for example, I want to take control of this big garden, so I will play a 9. Again, I cannot play another 6 because I am limited. I can't play a number that is already in the same row or column, regardless of the controller, and I will place my 9 in the same column here. That enacts a new rule, so that garden is safe from all 9s. In Hiroba, you can have only 1 copy of each number in the same garden, but you could have another 9 here, for example, because it does not counteract with this. My turn has ended, we move on to the next player, and the next player wants to take control of this, so they will take their 4 and place it here. It is in the same column, so that's fine, but they have a stone token. At the end of your turn, before passing to the next player, you may place this stone token and they will close that garden. Essentially, no one can place any pebbles there. And we move on to the next player. So now we move on to the red player's turn, and red is going to try to take control of this big garden because it's worth points. Again, they can't play 4 or 5 here, but they could do so here or there, but they will opt for a higher value that they will place here. So now their turn has ended, and we move on to my turn again, and we do that for a total of 9 rounds. So we play 9 rounds of this, and at the end of the 9th round, players have no more pebbles to place, so this is the end of the game. But before moving on to scoring, players are going to claim the koi fish that are on the board. And this is done by being orthogonally adjacent to a koi fish, but having the smallest total amount, but still being present. So, in this case, no one is adjacent to that koi fish. It is discarded. In this case, you see that red has 6 and I have 1. So I will take this and I will place it immediately in a garden that has no koi fish, that is controlled by me. That means I have the highest total power, and that has a free space. So, for example, this one. And essentially, it will double the number of points that I will get for this garden. In the case of this koi fish, you may notice that we have 15 for red, and although I have a high number with my 7, I still get it because I have the lowest amount, and I will place it in another garden. We do that for all koi fish, and after we've placed those, we move on to proper scoring, and we score each garden in each tile. Each garden is going to be worth a certain number of points depending on the number of squares of the garden. So for example, this one has 5 squares, so it's 5 points. However, if you have a koi fish, that amount is double, so I get 10 points for this garden. In the case of this one, I control it because I have the higher number, so I will get 4 points. And if you have a tie, both players are going to score those points, and that's basically it for scoring. You score all of the tiles of all gardens, and then the player with the highest score is the winner. That's it for Hiroba. So this is a game in which you try to take control of the gardens with the high values and the koi fish with the low values, and in which you have to obey the placement rules in order to play. But you can use those rules to your advantage by blocking your opponents out. Bye bye, see you on Ludochrono.